Well, good morning. It's Thursday. I got the old farts, P-H-A-R-T-Z, lunch at about 11 o'clock, and it's a few minutes after 7 here now, so it's still in the cool of the morning. Yes, it's cool. A couple of loose ends. Yesterday we set a record, 118 degrees. Previous record, 117 degrees. So far, we're doing good. 118 yesterday. Interestingly, I don't know if you know, but in this area, the heat of the day is at its highest at about 4 o'clock in the afternoon. Not noon, you'd think noon, but at 4 o'clock in the afternoon, give or take, is usually when the heat peaks. And it peaked about 118 degrees yesterday, about 4 o'clock. Loose end, my Triumph is right back here, nestled in the corner. And I'm going to put the covers back on both bikes shortly, try to get them running sooner or later. I think I'm going to sell them. And I'm just not riding them enough, and they need to be ridden. Need to go to somebody who can appreciate them. I'm going to try to sell them as a pair. You know, buy the Norton, get the Triumph free. That ought to be an interesting advertisement. So let's see. Here sits, stands, rests the Norton, Fred. Here's Fred. I'm going to do a little work on him today. I'm going to try to get the carbs and the pipes on, maybe the electrics. I don't know. Whatever I can get done in the next couple of 3 hours before going to lunch. Then I'll call it a day. So I'm going to start dressing this guy out. In the meantime, let's see. Today's Thursday. Yesterday was Wednesday, and the day before was Tuesday. So as I said yesterday, I frankly forgot to place the order for this speedometer drive. So I placed it on Tuesday, told you about it on Wednesday, and here it is Thursday, and it's sitting on my bench. So I have the Speedo drive for the Triumph. Ordered it Tuesday, talked about it Wednesday, got it Thursday. That's 3 days. That ain't bad. So here we go. And it's the right one, and it'll go on just fine. So I'm going to work on Fred this morning only because he's on the lift, and I might as well do some work on him before putting the Triumph back up here on the lift. So that's what I'm going to do this morning. And I guess I'll start right about now. Clear blue skies here in Phoenix, Arizona. Cars going down the racetrack. This is a cut through for people try to avoid the light out at 12th Street and Northern. So anyway, this is a beautiful day. This is what we consider to be a cloudy day. Yep, there's one right there, and there's one right there. So we consider that to be a cloudy day here in Phoenix, Arizona. Going to be 110 or 111 today, they say. And there they go. People cutting through to avoid the lights. Sigh. What can we say? Let's talk for a moment about the ignition coils on Nortons and a problem there that they have. If I show you this coil and show you this area here where it's been over tightened and it gets up in here and gets squeezed, and this causes this to buckle. That can cause the coil itself to short out internally. That's a bad thing. So what I do is I put the clip in place. See the washer in the center? That relieves just enough pressure to at least stop the compression without doing any further damage. Now, I put them on like this, then I walk up to the machine and put it in the holes. It's easier than trying to put the little washers in the center while you put the spark coils on. Now, when you put them in place, like so, and I have to walk away. What you want to do is go ahead and mount them. And using the right socket helps. Just as soon as I find it. Okay, now, whatever pressure that's going to be on here is on here. At this point, you want to make sure that the case has not been damaged and it is not shorted internally. So you take a ohm meter, a checking resistance, and you go from the case to the center plug, and notice that there is no continuity. Let's see if I can get down here and show you the meter. All right, now if I hold these together, like so, that's continuity. All right, now I go up here and I hold this on the case. All you're seeing is my arm. Sigh. Let's go over here. Ah, the joys. Wouldn't it be neat if I could have a cameraman? There you go. There's the meter. And there's the meter. Okay, now as I said, if you have continuity, you'll see the needle swing. Now you'll have to take my word for it, but I'm going from the case of the coil to the center where the spark plug wire comes out. And notice there's no continuity. Now I'm going from the case to the connector, no continuity, and the case to the other connector. So I've just gone every way you can go. Now watch, I'm going to go across the connectors, and you do have continuity. That's a good thing. That shows you that the coil inside is good. But that's not going to the case. That's going from the in and out positive and negative connectors. Okay? You can also go from them to the center, and that shows you probably half of what you just had, which is right. Okay? So, even though the case has been creased, buckled, squashed, the coil is good. And I did that on the other side already, so these two coils are mounted. They have little spacers in between the clamps, and they do test good with the meter. All right, so head is on, valves adjusted, head steady on, coils mounted. I will put the covers on the valves after lunch. Roger's bringing me a set of new gaskets, so I'll leave those. I'll put those on after lunch. Right now I'm going to, oh heck, I'll put the exhaust pipes on. That'll make it look good. Then I could go ahead and start putting on the carburetors, but Kevin likes that job so much. I mean, he really enjoys putting Norton carburetors on and getting in there and getting these tiny little bolts with a tiny little wrench at the tiny little angle. He thinks that's just so cool, so I just might save that job for him when he gets back from his vacation in the cool mountains of Colorado while I'm here at 109 degrees. Then again, maybe not. Anyway, it's 9 o'clock here. I've got another hour and a half, 2 hours to go until the Old Farts PHARTZ lunch. So I'll just keep putting the stuff on this bike until I get too hot or too tired. Oh yeah, I cleaned up everything between jobs. Once I finish a job, I put everything away. And I was getting ready to put all these away, and I thought, you know what, it might be just a little bit of fun to show folks all the tools that I spent using yesterday morning and this morning to put this bike together to the point where it is right now. Took all these tools, guys. You wouldn't think so, would you? But it does. Amazing. All right, well, the exhaust system is on. The head nuts are tight, but not completely tight. The rest of the exhaust is tight. Once I run it, I will tighten down the exhaust head nuts and bend over the locking tab. But basically, I'm done for the day. It's 10, about 10:30, give or take. And I'm gonna go post this video and go to the Old Farts, P-H-A-R-T-Z, the Old Farts Munch.